All right, so this is 100% reason why we need to be looking at video. Oops, how do I get rid of this thing? There we go. Why we should be looking at video and not just the pressure chase here. So just looking at pressure chase, let's just try to guess what we did here. So, I mean, on the backswing, we're guessing that we kind of loaded up into the heel area, or say centered more or less. That right heel gets loaded, right toe gets loaded. Then all of a sudden, boom, everything disappears. Wait, what just happened there? And then boom, we reappear.
What is going on?
I know, right? So it's like, what is going on? Which, honestly, it's not even a golf swing. All right, so what we're doing right now, oops, let's see in there, is basically a medicine ball throw here. So I was up at my trainer's house the other day, and I'm like, hey, let's put this on V1 and see what it looks like on the force traces. And loading up right over here. He's working on maintaining my posture. I'm going down, throwing that medicine ball hard into the ground. Right there, I'm airborne right now.
Yep.
And then feet retrace back on there, landing nice and balanced. All right. But basically, I mean, we can use this technology, not just for golf swing, but taking a look at when I'm lifting weights, am I loading up on my right side or am I loading up on my left side? Or am I balanced? That type of stuff. So it's a great piece of technology here. All right. So golf swings.
That's so cool.
That's what we came here for, right? We came here for golf.
That's so cool though, that you're using it with your trainer. I love that.
Right? It's great.
Yes.
There's more than one reason to use this. I mean, I see you guys use it with baseball. I mean,
yep.
All that type of stuff's coming in. I mean, why not use it in the gym too, to see if I'm dominant on my right side, if I need to get my weight more on my left side to feel more balance or whatever it may be, you know?
Chris, I had a client one time ask me what the weight, how much weight you could put on the pressure mat. And I said, well, I mean, what kind of question is that? You know, I had to ask, right? Well, it was hundreds and hundreds of pounds, but the question came from a weightlifting coach, and he wanted people to literally lift heavy dumbbells and look at the pressure on their feet. Anyway, I digress, but fascinating. Ties right in. I love it.
That would be, so I'm interested in that. Being TPI and looking at the way the body moves. I mean, lifting weights is just part of it.
Yep.
All right. Awesome. But anyways, let's go back
to golf.
All right. So here we go. We got an incoming freshman here, Christopher. He's about 5 foot now. He's a big kid. He's hitting about 300 yards out there. Almost out driving coach. Not quite yet. But we're working hard on his wedges in the last 3 months or so. And look at the pressure trace here, that yellow line over there. We want to kind of focus it on that left side, trying to keep it on that left foot there. I call it kind of honeycombing over there, or kind of just swirling around. And we'll see that, you know what, let's draw some lines on it. We're on V1. Let's draw some lines on us. There's shaft plane, there's spine angle. And these are the main 3 lines I like to draw on when I'm instructing here. 1 shaft plane, 2 spine angle, and 1 basically about an inch or so off your butt, just to see if there's any extension going on. So as we go back in the backswing, he's a little outside, but you notice how he's staying nice and centered here. By this point here, about a month or 2 ago, we would have been heavy loaded on the back foot. Right now, we're still 50-40 on the front, and we're increasing pressure forward. And notice how his hip stays behind that vertical line. That's a very good position. Yep. Retracing down, swing plane, looks great. Shafts matching up, and then we're rotating around that. All right. So the main thing was for him was that I wanted to stay about 50 to 60% on that lead foot, which we do. Right, that whole time we're staying right about the most we got back was 55-45. But then we're trying to put that pressure forward at impact and finish nice and balanced on that lead heel. And that's always a great place. Trail toe and lead heel is always a good balanced position to finish at.
Awesome. 81% in the heel. Hey, do me a favor, Chris. I'm not sure how many, go back to that video real quick. And I'm not sure how many people have never seen a pressure graph. So do you mind blowing that up just a little bit? And while we talk, guys, Chris is going to reference a whole bunch of numbers. Right now, we're seeing 65% of the weight on the left foot. And that's what he's referencing. So he's referencing those numbers in the gray bar. That's what he's watching. Super important that he wants a certain number there at impact. But I just want to point out those gray numbers. That's what you'll hear Chris refer to. That's what he's watching throughout the golf swing, because it is playing in sync with the swing, obviously. All right. Sorry. Thank you. I like to point that out if people don't know where you're gathering that data. Sorry.
Definitely. And it's great. I mean, it needs to be with the video, like you're saying, because it's it's basically time sensitive. So at this position right here on the top of the backswing, right here, right, you can see we're at 55-45. We're starting to transfer the weight forward back into that 60-40. Right, we get a little bit of toe interaction here just because we're pushing off that toe side. We're getting a little bit of more 85-15 on the front, but then let's freeze it 1 second right there. So now we can see on the left side in the gray numbers, we got 64 and 36. So that's 64% of the weight in the toe and 36% of the weight in the heel. But here's the deal. Notice how his hips haven't extended. They haven't gone past the orange line. They're basically still in position.
Yep.
Right. So that's telling me that, well, wait a minute. He didn't get his weight into his ball of foot. He's pushing off the ball of foot. Right. He's getting his weight more around into the heel. You can kind of see how it sits into that.
Yep.
In that heel area there. Right. So another reason why we need the video to make sense of these pressure traces is because this right here, if we would have froze it in this position right here, you might have thinking that he was kind of on his tippy toes on his left foot.
Yeah.
But with the video, you see that, hey, he's in a great position. He's nice and flexed in the hips still. He's not extended. He's rotating through. Shaft plane's perfect. Club delivery's nice. He's rotating with his body through. Nice. About 2 months ago, he was getting that club way too far inside and have a little bit of a flippy draw, which was having him miss the greens a lot from 50 yards away. So we worked hard on that.
Hey, Chris, wait, real quick before you, real quick. This student is clearly a great golfer. I mean, clearly.
He's a basketball player. First of all, let's just put it out there that he was a swimmer. Actually, let's rewind even more. He did karate, black belt karate, when he was 12. Then he's been playing basketball his whole life, and a little bit of swimming too. And in the last 2.5 years, he started playing golf and has 100% jumped into it. Loves it. That's all he can think about. Even when he's playing basketball, he goes, Coach, when I'm on the basketball court, I want to play golf. And having your dad being the basketball coach is kind of tough. You got to kind of do what you got to do, right? But
golf will always be there. He can always play golf.
Golf will always be there, and he's loving it.
Curious. So what did you give this student? Did you talk to him about the trace? Did you guys have a conversation about, I mean, obviously his body's great positions. Yes. Did you show like what you just gave us? You had a conversation with him. He's a high schooler. He totally gets it, right? I'm just curious to what you talked to him about to get him here.
So to get him here, I mean, what we worked on was trying to feel where his pressure was. He was getting the club a little too far inside, and that was coming, like he was getting more of that Z look where we're getting heel to toe, really, really big move.